What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right into our first news. Petr Yan and Merab have been going back and forth on social media ever since their intense fight over the weekend, a clash that ended with Yan securing a unanimous decision victory. The rivalry, already heated inside the octagon, spilled straight onto Instagram and X, where both fighters wasted no time taking playful yet sharp jabs at each other. Yan kicked things off by posting a photoshopped picture of himself relaxing in a jacuzzi surrounded by women, while Merab was edited into the scene serving drinks. Yan captioned it with a smooth, confident line, relaxing after the fight. The post instantly went viral. And of course, Merab wasn't going to let that slide. He fired back with his own jacuzzi photo, flipping the script completely. This time, Merab was the one chilling in the water, surrounded by women, while Yan was edited into the background doing landscaping work. Merab added a cheeky caption, and the question is, what's going to happen in 2026? The back and forth continued when Yan responded, "In 2026, my friend, you need wife and kids." Merab kept the humor rolling, replying, "I'm looking, my friend." But after the jokes, Merab took a more serious tone. He posted a heartfelt statement addressing his loss, pouring out appreciation for his family, friends, fans, teammates, and his country. He thanked them for the overwhelming support, saying that win or lose, they always stand by him, and he's forever grateful for that loyalty. Merab apologized to everyone who felt disappointed by the result, but he made it very clear that he would come back stronger. He vowed to return to war and reclaim what he believes is his. He also reassured everyone concerned about his health, saying he was fine and only needed a few stitches. The messages he received were important yet overwhelming, and though he couldn't respond to everyone immediately, he appreciated every single one of them. Reflecting on the fight, Merab admitted that Saturday simply wasn't his night, and Yan was the better man. He congratulated Yan and his team on the victory, but added a warning: "Don't get too comfortable. I am taking it right back in what I hope is a rematch as soon as possible." It was a powerful mix of humility, gratitude, and determination, showing exactly why fans respect him so much. Yan then responded with a short but classy message: "Quick recovery. See you." Merab replied once again with respect, saying, "Thanks, champ." And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to support the channel. Moving on to another news, Sean O'Malley has slammed Merab's coach John Wood for the advice he gave during UFC 323, and the conversation around it has been getting louder ever since. Wood has been facing criticism for telling Merab that he was up 3 rounds against Petr Yan, a call that many fans and analysts strongly disagreed with, especially after watching the fight back. Wood recently appeared on the Ariel Helwani show, where Ariel asked him to break down exactly why he said what he said in the corner that night. Wood explained that from his perspective inside the corner, things can look very different. He said that he has always been pretty good at reading the flow of a fight, judging what's happening in real time, and understanding the momentum shifts. In the moment, he genuinely felt like Merab was busier, applying more pressure, and dictating a lot of the action. But now, after rewatching the fight, he admitted that Yan had the bigger moments. The stronger strikes, the cleaner reactions, and the visible damage, especially with Merab bleeding, all played a huge part in how the judges ultimately viewed the rounds. He added that optics can be incredibly deceptive in the heat of the moment. Inside the corner, emotions run high, and sometimes the perspective is skewed by what the team wants to see. Wood acknowledged that many people believed his call was wrong, and he said he needs to go back, evaluate, and make sure he doesn't make the same mistake again. He wants to ensure he remains objective in future fights, even when the adrenaline is pumping. He said that at the time, the whole corner felt confident they were up the first couple of rounds. The third round felt dicey, and he admitted that rounds 4 and 5 were clearly Yan's. Still, it's something he wants to review carefully to understand how the corner misread the situation. Sean O'Malley didn't hold back when responding to Wood's explanation. O'Malley joked that Tim Welch once gave him better advice simply by telling him his opponent was faster than him. He said, "Tim one time told me my opponent was faster than me, and that was still better advice than saying you're up 3 rounds." O'Malley emphasized that even though that comment stung at the time, it was honest and valuable, unlike giving a fighter a false sense of security mid-fight. O'Malley said, "He's faster than you," and even though it wasn't something a fighter wants to hear, it pushed him to adjust and fight smarter. He acknowledged that being in the corner is tough, and every coach sees the fight differently, especially when they know their fighter's tendencies so well. But he also stressed that giving inaccurate advice, especially in a high-stakes fight, can cost a fighter the entire bout. Moving on to another news, Henry Cejudo has officially reflected on his loss to Peyton Talbott and confirmed that he is retiring from MMA, closing the final chapter of an incredible combat sports journey. After the fight, Cejudo took to X and shared a long emotional message that truly captured what this moment meant to him. He began by admitting that things didn't unfold the way he imagined. It wasn't the ending he pictured, but he also noted that it wasn't the worst way to go out either. He said the streets were saying he went out in a blaze of glory, and after those final 10 seconds of the fight, even he had to agree. He gave everything he had, leaving every ounce of effort in the octagon. Cejudo expressed deep gratitude to the UFC for giving him the opportunity to extend his athletic career beyond wrestling. He said he could confidently look back and feel proud, knowing he accomplished everything he set out to do the day he first stepped into the octagon wearing those iconic gold shorts. That journey, filled with world titles and unforgettable moments, defined his legacy as Triple C. He followed that with heartfelt appreciation for his team, his coaches, his teammates, and his management. But above all, he made it clear that his family was the reason behind his relentless drive. They were his motivation through every training camp, every challenge, and every victory. He said he never did any of this for a paycheck. He did it for the people he loved and the people who stood by him from the start. Cejudo thanked everyone who played a part in his career, acknowledging how their support shaped him into the competitor he became. With this final message, he signaled the end of his time in the cage, saying it was time to move on to the next chapter in his life. He closed his statement in true Triple C fashion, simply saying, "Triple C is out," marking the official finish of a historic run. Even though Cejudo's career inside the octagon has come to an end, the legacy he built, the championships he earned, and the impact he left on MMA will continue to be remembered. Moving on to another news, Joshua Van has been facing some criticism after his TKO win over Alexander Pantoja to claim the UFC Flyweight Championship. Some fans argued that he didn't truly earn the victory, pointing to the unfortunate arm injury Pantoja suffered during the fight. Dominic Cruz, however, strongly disagrees and believes Van deserves full credit for the win, explaining that it was Van's skill and execution that directly caused the injury. Cruz opened by congratulating Joshua Van, noting that he is the second youngest fighter in UFC history to become a champion. He highlighted how quickly Van reached the top, with only a minor hiccup along the way, emphasizing that such a rapid ascent is extremely rare in the sport. Beyond just reaching the championship, Cruz praised the way Van fights, calling it extremely entertaining. He highlighted Van's relentless forward pressure, willingness to step into danger, excellent head movement, and the fundamentals of his boxing, including footwork, balance, and his effective use of the jab. Cruz then explained the specific moment that led to Pantoja's injury. He pointed out that Van was able to catch a kick and lift it in a precise way, showing mastery of basic fundamentals. While he acknowledged that things aren't always perfect in live action and small mistakes can happen, the way Van elevated Pantoja's leg caused him to lose balance, ultimately resulting in the injury. Cruz made it clear that this was not luck or an accident, but a skillful execution of technique that Van had clearly mastered. He emphasized that Van should be extremely proud of his championship and what it represents for his career. Cruz also mentioned how exciting it is to see Van at the top of the division, bringing energy and skill to the flyweight class. With his fundamentals, progression in grappling defense, and dynamic striking, Van represents the future of the division and has already made a major impact as champion. Cruz concluded by reiterating that Joshua Van's rise and current success are fully deserved. The way he combines technical skill, aggression, and fundamentals makes him a fighter to watch, and his championship is a true reflection of his hard work, talent, and determination. Fans and fighters alike can look forward to seeing how Van shapes the future of the UFC flyweight division as the new champion. Moving on to another news, Peyton Talbott is keeping things grounded after his big win over Henry Cejudo at UFC 323, making it clear that he's not fixated on winning the bantamweight title. Instead, he's focused on putting on exciting fights against the toughest opponents in the division. In a recent interview with MMA Junkie, Talbott reflected on his performance and what this victory means for his career. He said he felt he did pretty well, noting that taking down a former Olympic champion twice is a major accomplishment. He described it as his bread and butter and called the experience surreal, especially considering the magnitude of retiring a legend like Cejudo. Talbott expressed pride in the achievement, but made it clear that his main goal has always been to compete against elite competition rather than chase a belt for the sake of it. Talbott explained that after the fight, he expected his efforts to be recognized with a ranking, saying that he doesn't think he has a choice now, and that a number next to his name is inevitable. For him, being in the top 10, swimming with the sharks, has always been the objective. That mindset kept him calm throughout the week leading up to the fight, as he felt at peace knowing that if he executed his game plan in the cage, he would earn respect and recognition, regardless of the championship picture. He emphasized that he's not overly focused on the belt. Talbott's priority is putting on banger fights and testing himself against the toughest guys out there. Every matchup is an opportunity to prove himself, sharpen his skills, and entertain the fans. His mentality reflects a fighter who values growth, challenge, and performance over accolades, highlighting a maturity and clarity in his approach to his MMA career. Overall, Talbott's comments show a fighter who is both confident and humble, celebrating a historic win over a legend while staying focused on the journey ahead. His eye is on tough fights, top competition, and building a name in the sport through skill, heart, and unforgettable performances in the cage. Moving on to another news, Joanna Jedrzejczyk has issued a statement regarding the altercation that took place in the VIP lounge at UFC 323 involving Jamahal Hill and Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Footage from the incident surfaced on social media, showing Jamahal threatening Joanna, saying he would knock her out if she touched his girl. Joanna addressed the situation directly, expressing her disappointment and sharing her perspective on standing up for herself and for the truth. Joanna began by acknowledging the hard work she has put into building her reputation and the embarrassment she feels being involved in such a situation. She emphasized that when someone falsely uses her name without any basis in truth, she will always defend herself, and for that, she does not deserve to be threatened. She highlighted her awareness of being a strong and capable woman with the benefit of a lifetime of self-defense training. This foundation allows her to stand firm in situations like this, where her safety and reputation are challenged. Joanna also expressed empathy for women who are disrespected, threatened, or lack the resources to defend themselves. She noted that many women do not have the platform, training, or means to stand up for the truth, and she hopes to use her position to highlight the importance of courage and integrity. Joanna made it clear that she expects higher standards from society, and particularly from athletes in the sport, emphasizing that professionalism and respect should always come first. She took a moment to thank the UFC security and staff for their professionalism during the incident, acknowledging their role in handling the situation efficiently and safely. Joanna stated that she considers the matter closed on her end and expressed her wishes for everyone to enjoy a happy and healthy holiday season. Overall, Joanna's statement was measured, confident, and respectful. She stood up for herself without escalating the situation, reinforced her commitment to truth and integrity, and demonstrated leadership by showing support for those who may not have the same ability to defend themselves. Her message combined accountability, empathy, and gratitude, reinforcing her reputation as a strong, professional, and principled athlete in the UFC. Moving on to another news, Jamahal Hill has shared his side of the story regarding the altercation with Joanna Jedrzejczyk at UFC 323, posting a detailed video to his YouTube channel. Jamahal clarified from the start that his girlfriend wasn't even present at the event, and the situation stemmed from past interactions rather than anything happening that night. He explained that the tension traces back to a few years ago in New York when he tried shooting his shot with Joanna, and their DMs show the context of their history. Jamahal described the events at the VIP lounge, saying that he walked in, greeted everyone, including Diego Lopes and Andre Philly, and approached Joanna politely, asking, "Hey, what's up, champ? How you doing?" Joanna immediately brought up his girlfriend, asking where she was. Jamahal explained multiple times that she wasn't there, but the conversation quickly escalated with Joanna expressing frustration and making unclear accusations. Jamahal tried to understand what upset her, asking her to articulate the issue, but she could not clearly explain what had triggered her reaction. He recounted that Joanna then began threatening him and his girlfriend, saying things like she should have smashed his girl's head in and threatening him directly. Jamahal emphasized that he never raised his voice or threatened anyone. All he did was ask for clarification and attempted to de-escalate the situation. The UFC staff intervened to separate them, but the altercation was already publicized, and Jamahal felt misrepresented in how the incident was portrayed. Jamahal went further into the backstory, explaining that during the New York incident years ago, he was feeling himself a bit drunk and attempted to pursue Joanna. He clarified that nothing happened, and any claims otherwise were exaggerated. He shared that Joanna's manager at the time tried to subtly communicate with his girlfriend in ways that created misunderstandings. But Jamahal maintained he was transparent and honest throughout. He even reached out to Joanna after the past incident to clear the air, and there was no bad blood or ongoing conflict until UFC 323. He also shared how Joanna responded to him via X, accusing him of lying. But Jamahal noted that he moved on, even starting a relationship with his girlfriend, which he believes caused further resentment. He explained that any backlash from Joanna was based on past misunderstandings rather than his actions at the UFC event itself. Jamahal closed by highlighting his honesty, transparency, and desire to move forward without further conflict, showing that the situation was blown out of proportion and misrepresented by social media. Moving on to another news, Khamzat Chimaev opened up about the altercation he had with Ian Garry following UFC QAR, sharing his thoughts on the situation and the hype surrounding it. Khamzat started by saying he hadn't really planned on bringing it up, feeling like it was already behind them, but he acknowledged the topic when it came up. He expressed that sometimes it's better not to give certain things extra attention, especially when it can create unnecessary hype. Chimaev explained that Garry seems to want to be like Conor McGregor, always looking for the spotlight and the attention that comes with it. Khamzat commented that Garry is a big fighter in his own right, and while he respects that, he also feels that the hype around him is sometimes overblown. He said that the more people talk about him, the more famous he becomes, which isn't always deserved. Khamzat emphasized that he doesn't have a problem with Garry personally, but he wanted to clarify the situation from his perspective. He also shared a lighter side of the story, recalling moments during camp when things were tense, but also humorous. Khamzat described it as sometimes feeling like Garry was trying to taste his cappuccino, a metaphor for getting too close to his space or spotlight. But he kept it in stride and didn't let it escalate. Despite the tension, he maintained respect for Garry as a fighter. Looking ahead, Khamzat expressed that it would be so sweet if he eventually got a fight with Garry, imagining the excitement and challenge of facing him in the octagon. He even mentioned that a matchup involving Alex Pereira and Garry alongside him wouldn't be a problem, showing that he's open to big fights and ready to test himself against top competition. Overall, Khamzat's message was clear. He respects the sport, the fighters, and the competition, but he doesn't feel the need to feed unnecessary hype. He kept the tone balanced, blending humor, honesty, and confidence, while making it clear that he's focused on the future and the opportunities that lie ahead, rather than getting caught up in minor altercations outside the octagon. That's it from MMA Pulse News. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for your daily dose of MMA news.